Valentine's in the digital age, is it really different?
Tessa Smith-McGovern is an award-winning writer and the founder and publisher of eTook Digital Publishing. Also, she teaches at Sarah Lawrence College. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So we all have iPads and iPhones and Kindles. Has this changed the way we write, our style of writing?
It has. One of the things that we talk about is the fact that you have to start a story right from the very first sentence. Unless you're Alice Munro, you really can't afford to begin a memoir or an essay or a short story with a sentence, a languorous sentence of description that, sets the scene. You have to really begin.
You should get right to the point because you lose people's interest.
Yes, because everyone's on the move.
And so your sentences are shorter?
Not necessarily.
More descriptive, perhaps?
Well, you just have to be careful of your pacing, and you have to know what the reader interest is. And one of the reasons for the rise in genre, so mysteries, thrillers, romances, is because the readers have expectations, the writers know what they are, and they get right to it. So.
Well, on that note, we were talking about social media, Twitter, Facebook. This, too, has changed the way we communicate.
It really has. And for Valentine's Day, I think one of the key points is it private or can it be read by a lot of different people? Because love itself hasn't changed over the generations, but the way that we communicate it has. So perhaps we would have written in the 16th century with a quill pen, we might have penned a poem. Now we're more likely to text something personal. And, who knows what that might be. A lot of people keep their phones face down now.
What about those e-cards? We were talking about them earlier. I mean, I'm not a fan of these e-cards. Exactly. We're both not fans.
They can be. And I agree that it really depends on, some of them are good, the animated ones, when sometimes a dog might come across the screen and open up a bunch of flowers, and that's fun. But it does say, I only thought of you today.
Well, how can you personalize that, though? Can you send a card and write a little personal note with it?
You could do that. I think a lot of people don't mind so much anymore because everyone is so busy, and who isn't? So I think we're cutting each other a lot more slack than we used to. But you could, you could do, you could download a gift card from a spa. You could gift an app, for example. I think that's still quite romantic.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you, what are some tips digital tips for Valentine's Day?
Well, if it was me, because I love to read and write, I would go and look for whoever I was thinking of. Like if it was for my husband, I would go and look in probably in non-fiction. He loves the water. I would look for something like that for him that he could read on his phone, or even something audio might be nice, so that on the train he's got something.
You mentioned apps. What apps are out there that could be a good little Valentine gift?
Well, it all depends on the taste of the person that you're thinking about. Obviously, it's got to be personal, and then it means something. eTook's apps are short stories and memoirs and essays, and very often they're about love. So it's somewhat appropriate if someone likes to read short stories.
And do you think people are not buying Valentine's Day cards and maybe just turning online, doing everything online?
No, I think we're still buying a card. I think you're hard-pressed to go home after work to your wife or your significant other.
You better have a card, right?
You better have something.
I buy more than one. I load them up. It's just fun to have a bunch of cards sitting there for you, waiting for you to open.
And it's one of those times when you have to slow down because everything is so fast now. And the interesting thing about writing with love is that what you write about, what you focus on, expands. And so if you write about why you love someone, or you think about it and you communicate that to them, it gives you a feeling of love as well as delivering it to that person.
You really do feel the love.
You do. Just by thinking about it and saying, what is it about that person that even if I was irritated this morning, that's gone.
That's true. It makes a big difference when you're writing it instead of typing it.
That's true.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you so much for being here.